Washington Township. Make some noise! Come on, give me a little bit of love, guys. Come on. All right, come on, make some noise, guys. There we go. Woo! There we go. All right, all right. All right, this has a little dead right now. Make some noise. Come on! All right, how are we doing this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Knights of Columbus here in Washington Township, and welcome to Invictus Pro Wrestling! My name is Ryan Peterson. I am your announcer for this afternoon. Before we kick off the action, I'm going to ask all of you to please rise for the singing of our national anthem. And here to sing it this afternoon is the lovely and talented Miss Erica Mason Kapala.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about another round of applause for Miss Kapala? Wow. All righty, well, you guys ready to start the action? Oh, come on, that was a little light. I said, are you guys ready to start the action? Then we're gonna kick things off with our opening contest, and it is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, hailing from Sparta, New Jersey, weighing in at 235 pounds, recently seen on AEW Dark. He is bringing back the age of refinement back to professional wrestling, Steven Stetson.
Blame it all on my roots. saw the surprise, the fear in his eyes when I took his glass of champagne. And I chose to use
Introducing his opponent, hailing from Hudson Valley, weighing 215 pounds, Danger Hawk, Dennis Morgan!
Folks, we are here live, Washington Township, New Jersey, Invictus Pro Wrestling's In Bloom, our comeback event after our winter hibernation. Alex Aceta here on commentary alongside Bronco Bronson.
Thank you for having me behind the booth, Alex. Looking forward to this hard-hitting action between Danger Hawk Dennis Morgan and Steven Stetson.
Yeah, we're starting things off hot here today, and I'm not just talking about the weather. Two very upstart, promising young talents locking horns here right now. Both of these men have a lot to prove going into this matchup. Dennis Morgan, of course, coming off a two-match losing streak at our social media championship tournament earlier this winter, and Steven Stetson as well, better known to Invictus fans formerly as one half of the Outdoorsmen, now coming back with a new look, a new name, a new attitude, and looking to back that up with possibly his first singles win here in Invictus.
That's right. He traded in the long hair and the less traditional wrestling gear for something more traditional, and he's here in singles action for the very first time in Invictus. Let's see what he has to offer.
And I'm glad you brought up that idea, Bronco, of traditionalism, because that's really, in terms of in-ring style, what both of these two men bring to the table. Very old school, very hard-hitting in their in-ring technique, but aesthetically, they could not be more different. Steve Stetson, for a while now, has been talking about how he's going to bring an age of refinement to Invictus Pro Wrestling, whereas Dennis, well, we know that Dennis just likes to have a good time.
Yeah, he should be the poster boy for PBR. They gotta hook him up with that Randy Savage Slim Jim type deal.
Huge core and neck strength on full display here, as Stetson may be getting the better of that test of strength, but Dennis bridging out of it and now looking for a submission hold. This could end quickly. Middle of the ring. The crowd partisan here towards the Danger Hawk Dennis Morgan. Referee John Albano being pretty gratuitous with that 5 count.
I would say the crowd's firmly behind Danger Hawk here, sporting his new blue haircut, maybe indigo.
Perhaps. He's going to be feeling all sorts of blue and black if this beating on at the hands of Steve Stetson keeps up. But Danger Hawk going back now to the control of that wrist, and now using the boot to just add that extra torque, grinding Steven Stetson into the mat. Very technical offense on full display. Danger Hawk getting the better of this exchange, but Steven Stetson gets his foot on the rope and will force the break. Both men back to their respective corners here. It should be it's worth noting, Bronco, that Steven Stetson coming off a recent debut on AEW Dark, where he faced Orange Cassidy in a singles match. Definitely a huge shine on his career, but can he follow up with that?
We shall see. We shall see, Alex.
And now looks like a side headlock there, firmly applied. Dennis Morgan's got to make sure that those shoulders stay off the mat as he works his way back to a standing position.
Crowd overwhelmingly behind Danger Hawk Dennis Morgan.
Again,
Reversal.
Dennis going back to that arm. Back to that side headlock position. Irish whip into the corner. A huge shoulder tackle. Drives Stetson to the mat once again. Leapfrog, but looks like Stetson might have tweaked the knee there a little bit.
Let's hope he's not playing possum now.
Stay back, give him time. Get him injured. I might have to call this. I might have to call this.
And referee John Albano checking on the prone Steven Stetson. While the Danger Hawk Dennis Morgan looks understandably annoyed. Taking his time on those ropes. Oh, and it looks like you may have been correct, Bronco.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot more than that to put Steven Stetson, the cowboy, out to pasture. And both men now on the outside of the ring, throwing those right hands. I have a feeling that this match could come unglued very quickly. Well, John Albano being, again, a little generous with that that count on the outside there. He, as much as any of these fans, doesn't want to see the opening match of our comeback show end in a counter.
That would be a tragic end for sure. Not a tragedy, but just a disappointment for sure. So let's hope Danger Hawk can get back in this contest once and for all.
Well, very wisely using every bit of that count on the outside to wallow in those adulations of the fans, get his energy back up before getting back in the ring with the enraged bear that is Steven Stetson as he grinds his boot into the face of the Danger Hawk. Pulling him back up now to a standing position.
It seemed like that Irish whip ended right for anybody.
No, and you can see how much force behind it. Stetson throwing his whole body into that throw. Again, we hear those Danger Hawk chants. We know Dennis Morgan, if nothing else, is a man of the people. If his entrance before this match was any indication. And now Stetson driving those knees into the small of Dennis Morgan's back. Again. And now back to that sleeper hold there. If he can't keep Dennis down for the 3 count, he is going to try to choke him out. Referee again checking on Dennis Morgan's consciousness. Looks like he's still with us, but he could be fading quickly. He is unable to keep his arm up.
I don't know. Let's hope he recovers. Those PBRs have a lot of caffeine in them.
And it looks like the Danger Hawk may be catching a second wind as he works his way back up to a standing position, driving those blows into the midsection of Steven Stetson. Ducks that clothesline. Huge sidewalk slam by Stetson. This could be it, Bronco.
Kick out at 2.
Stetson out of frustration goes right back for the pin.
He is relentlessly pinning the Danger Hawk.
Using every bit of his body weight. What is it going to take to put Dennis Morgan away? Now a flurry of offense once again. Driving that shoulder.
Lots of strikes, tackles, elbows to the ribs and to the chest. He is trying to put Danger Hawk out of business.
If I were Steven Stetson, though, I would maybe avoid working that midsection, abdominal section of Dennis Morgan.
Yeah,
there.
clearly it's going nowhere.
Well, those PBRs giving him quite a bit of flesh there.
Absolutely.
Both of these men down but not out. Make their way back. Bronco, I think it's safe to say this is no longer a wrestling match.
This is a straight up brawl.
Fight.
This is as sober as a brawl, a bar fight can possibly be right now.
A couple of huge clotheslines there from Dennis Morgan, followed up by a back elbow. And see, this is where Dennis might be making a mistake. He needs to capitalize on this opportunity instead of basking in that applause from the crowd. That may have been the difference between that 2 count there and a pin. What could Dennis be looking for here? As Steven Stetson stumbles back to his feet. Big European uppercut into the corner. But Stetson not wasting any time returning it with a massive clothesline. What could Stetson be looking for here? Brain Buster. This could be it too. And Steven Stetson is going to pick up the win here in our opening contest.
His debut singles win.
Shades of Dick Murdoch there on that Brain Buster, which Steven Stetson has told me has been a huge influence for him during this metamorphosis of his. One thing is certain, Bronco. I'm sure that Invictus fans are seeing a new and very dangerous Steven Stetson, and this will not be the last we've seen of him.
He has certainly put the rest of the Invictus Pro Wrestling roster on notice with his singles debut victory here today.
The Stetson hat, for which he is named, back on his head. Some very aggressive words there for our camera crew as Steven Stetson saunters back to the locker room. We gotta give it to Dennis Morgan.
Yeah, he took all those strikes, palms to the chest like a damn champ, that's for sure.
Valiant effort on his part for sure. And of course, as we saw, he is very popular with the Invictus faithful.
Absolutely. They do say that the 2 most dangerous words in the English language are good job. Perhaps that crowd motivation was doing something with Danger Hawk's motivation to win this contest.
Absolutely. But Danger Hawk Dennis Morgan, he is without a doubt one of the most hardest working individuals on the Invictus Pro Wrestling roster. He will not rest on his laurels. He will come back at our next event more motivated.
Stronger than ever.
Stronger than ever.
Maybe he only needs he just needs to have a good night with some PBRs. Lock that sponsorship in. And be back better than ever.
As Dennis Morgan makes his way back to the locker room, let's turn it back to Ryan Peterson in the ring.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a way to kick off the action this afternoon. Now we move on to our next contest, and it is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied Accompanied to the ring by Steven Azure, hailing from the sunny side of town. They are the team of Steve Somerset and number one in your hearts, Philip Cardigan. Together, they are Sweater Weather.
I wanna take a minute or two and give much respect to the man that's made a difference in my world. And although most men are hoes, he goes on the down low, cause I never heard about him with another girl. But I don't sweat it, because it's just pathetic to let it get me involved in that he said, she said crowd. I know that ain't nobody perfect, I give props to those who deserve it, and believe me, y'all, he's worth it. So here's to the future, cause we got through the past. I finally found somebody that can make me laugh. You so crazy. I think I wanna have your baby.
And introducing their opponents. Accompanied to the ring by Trixie, hailing from the Ring City Asylum for the mentally deranged, and a total combined weight of 415 pounds. They are the team of the God of Drivers, Everett Cross, and the man from Psycho Land, Smiley, the Psycho Driver.
Tag team action following up that barn burner of an opening match here at In Bloom. We've got Sweater Weather making their return to Invictus Pro Wrestling, taking on the debuting Psycho Drivers.
Got Everett Cross here. He's following the CDC guidelines, wearing a mask, going up against Steve Somerset in the ring right now. Let's see what they have to offer.
Side headlock firmly applied, and yes, abiding by those CDC guidelines, wearing that face mask, not to be confused with the actual lucha mask being worn by his tag team partner, Smiley.
You think that counts for CDC guidelines, Smiley's mask?
Maybe, but I would not. I'm too afraid to ask. Smiley is a little bit unhinged.
Yeah,
as the Invictus faithful know.
I would steer clear of Smiley myself as well.
Well, a tag made there. Philip Cardigan now entering the ring. And Bronco, of course, Invictus fans know kind of the story behind Sweater Weather. It was originally supposed to be the Even Stevens, Steve Somerset and Steven Azor, making their debut at our first show, Eruption, back in September. Of course, Azor went out with an injury several weeks prior to that show. Philip Cardigan luckily stepped in, and hence Sweater Weather was born. So an impromptu team that quickly became a fan favorite here in Invictus.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm seeing Azor myself. He's cheering on his boys. Hopefully he's got some guidance for them if he's still injured.
Well, we saw in that video that they posted on their social media a few weeks ago, Azor is all healed up right now, and perhaps maybe a bit frustrated that he's not getting a chance to get in there alongside his tag team partner, his brother, Steve Somerset. But like you said, he will be supporting them from the sidelines. What is going on here between Smiley and Philip Cardigan?
Did I miss it, or did he have another mask under that mask?
He sure did. Smiley is a man of many faces, many personalities, hence why he is residing at the Fairchild Asylum for the Criminally Deranged.
They do say two masks are better than one. Ooh.
it looks like Smiley might have taken Philip Cardigan's glasses, causing a little dysfunction at the junction there, maybe.
Yeah, taking advantage of his nearsightedness.
Smiley snatching his mask back. And Phil Cardigan, and it looks like Cardigan now has his glasses back. Hoping that maybe this can give him the second wind that Sweater Weather needs in order to make the comeback here. And Cardigan going for the pin early, but only a kick out at 2. Backslide here into another pinning predicament. But Smiley, of course, a veteran, spending many years at House of Glory in New York City, knows every trick in the book, including whatever the heck this is.
Yeah, the ref doesn't even know what to count or who to count.
It's finally separating, and you can guess that Philip Cardigan and Smiley are reeling right now. Going to opposite corners. Little miscommunication here.
What are you doing there?
And Philip Cardigan now up to the second rope. Raining some less than impactful blows there onto the face of Smiley.
So I believe Somerset's the legal man now with the back tag.
Yep, looks like there was a blind tag there as Somerset off the back of Philip Cardigan, going for the pin now. Only a kick out at 2. And Somerset, we see
Tagging in Cardigan.
He's been a little bit frustrated with Cardigan's incompetence, for lack of a better word. Seen here, going for a double suplex, but
on his partner, more or less.
Inadvertently going for it on his own partner, and they're getting some hang time here, Bronco. Luckily, Somerset able to turn it around into a DDT, but Cardigan, as the legal man, is going to have to capitalize now. Another kick out at 2, and you can bet that Sweater Weather has got to be feeling the frustration.
For sure, you can hopefully things ease up sooner rather than later.
Cardigan,
Cardigan is going to take advantage of this.
And Smiley just pulling the face right into that top turnbuckle. The face of Philip Cardigan. Everett Cross now getting involved from the outside, sweeping those legs out from under Cardigan.
Potential 3-on-1 affair. Hopefully only 2-on-1 if the ref keeps an eye on their manager Trixie. Who knows what she has up her sleeve.
Yeah, Trixie is definitely an X factor in this matchup. Azor, of course, brought in to even the odds for Sweater Weather, but seems like he's been keeping to himself a bit off in that corner as Philip Cardigan now driven back to the canvas once again, and Everett Cross raining some elbows down onto Cardigan.
Somerset's calling for the coffee.
As we saw back in Eruption, Cardigan's what's the opposite of kryptonite? His power-up is that coffee, that caffeine. If he can only get to it, might give him that extra edge that he needs.
Caffeine is one hell of a stimulant, that's for sure.
And Smiley now coming off that springboard splash. Looks like he had his feet on the ropes for a little bit of leverage. Luckily, referee Tyler Kosenko caught it.
There you go. There you go. Look, I got your favorite.
And Smiley now just stomping the head of Philip Cardigan in between his knees. I've never seen that before.
The ref may need to pay attention to that coffee cup. It could be considered a foreign object of sorts.
And the fans firmly behind Philip Cardigan. They want him to get to that coffee, get that extra boost just as much as Steve Somerset does. What are we doing here? Big elbow. Everett Cross leaning over that top rope and connecting with that blow to the face. Kick out at 2 once again. Philip Cardigan is still in this. Cardigan is in a bad way. He needs to either make the tag to his partner or get his hands on that cup of Joe.
He's been on that ring a while. If I were in that ring, I would need that cup of Joe for sure, Alex.
And the referee needs to do a better job here at controlling Everett Cross because he has been getting involved a little too much for my liking. Reaching over that top rope, as now Smiley, the one using those ropes to apply pressure to the neck of Philip Cardigan. A little bit of an argument now happening between referee Tyler Kosenko and Smiley and Steve
There goes
Somerset.
Trixie taking advantage of the situation.
The referee's back was turned. Again, only a
Again for the fall. Ooh, ref caught it on time.
Smiley, again, using those dastardly tricks to his advantage. Just goes to speak, though, for Smiley's veteran experience. He knows every trick in the book, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you can bet that these Psycho drivers, as
They're getting
unpredictable
ugly.
as they are going to be using every trick in the book to bring this one home.
Yep. Cardigan making a comeback of sorts. Get the coffee.
Looked like he was going maybe for a double axe handle, but caught over the shoulder of Smiley. And Cardigan has his coffee. Like Hulk Hogan hulking up. We can now
What a
expect
throw.
a second wind as Cardigan raining a series of clotheslines. Discus forearm there connects. And Smiley has been sent reeling.
All that caffeine is boosting his system. He's really giving Smiley a trial right now.
Big roundhouse kick there from Philip Cardigan. It looks like now a tag made on both sides. Steve Somerset coming in hot. A series of clotheslines onto the god of drivers, Everett Cross. Big springboard cross body. And Steve Somerset is heated all the way up. Big high knee to the corner. Looks like he has him for a neck breaker. Huge combination neck breaker DDT there on both members of the Psycho Drivers. Everett Cross just gets the shoulder up. Another tag made. Philip Cardigan climbing to the high rent district. What could we be seeing here? Huge frog splash to Everett Cross. Bronco, this could be it.
Nope. Smiley's back in the ring, breaking up the fall. Now all four men are in the ring. And the action is going outside the ring between Smiley and Steve Somerset on the concrete floor. Azur's checking in on him, making sure everything's okay.
Interesting to note that Azor has been pretty reserved up until now.
Yeah.
But
He knows the stakes are high right now.
he was not making much of an attempt to help Philip Cardigan.
Ooh, low blow by
blow.
Trixie. Everett Cross taking advantage of the situation right now.
They don't call him the god of drivers for nothing. And a big Rikishi driver. What could Smiley be going for here? Some sort of powerbomb variation, and that's going to be all she wrote. Steve Somerset not able to get into that ring quick enough.
The Psycho Drivers.
Break up that pin.
Cardigan has to be in rough shape after this match. He was in the ring, the legal man for the majority of the match. That can't be an easy toll for any person in a tag team to take.
Look at the Psycho Drivers, absolutely classless, posing with Philip Cardigan as if he's a hunting trophy.
Goddamn ragdoll.
Psycho Drivers scurrying back to the shadows from whence they came. And it looks like Azor and Somerset now coming in to check on their third brother, if you will, Philip Cardigan, who is hurt but seems more frustrated than anything else.
Yep.
He was so close there.
At least he's back on his knees. Or most other people, they would still be out cold for sure. But Cardigan's resiliency is really showing here right now.
Absolutely, as all three members of Sweater Weather, even Stevens, I don't know what to call it when it's all three of them, celebrating here in the ring. And Azor raising the hand of Philip Cardigan, who really did him a solid there by filling in for him. Wait a second. No.
Ooh!
A big boot to the face of Philip Cardigan. What is going on here, Bronco?
I don't know, but the lack of action from Azor's part during this contest is really speaking volumes right now.
Azor with a submission hold locked in. He calls this the Azor Conda Vice, but to use it on his own training partner, his own adopted brother.
It's almost as if he wanted to see what the end result was, and he's not too pleased with it, and he's taking it out on his former tag team partner and his new tag team partner.
And Steve Somerset looks like he's very torn right now. Trying to help out Philip Cardigan, but also very overwhelmed by this unwarranted response from Steven Azor as the boos rain down from the crowd.
The crowd is absolutely disgusted with the actions of Azor, as they should be.
Gotta love Cardigan, though, still climbing to his feet after taking a beating from both the Psycho Drivers and now from Steven Azor. I have a feeling, Bronco, that this conflict, this family strife between the sweater-clad sons of Create A Pro is not yet over.
That is the case for sure. We will probably have to see them settle it in the ring at some point in the near future.
We'll turn it back to Ryan Peterson now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys having a good time so far today? Then let's get the action rolling right now with the following contest, which is sponsored by one of our sponsors, A Wrestling Gal Podcast, and it is a triple threat women's match, and it is scheduled for one fall. Introducing competitor number 1, representing all of New Jersey, this is the vivacious, vicious Vicky!
Sweeta Beat Production.
Introducing competitor number 2, hailing from Mystic Realms Evermore, she is the Gladiator of the Geeks, Riley Shepard! And introducing the third and final competitor, hailing from both sides of the track. She is the Wrestle Bay of professional wrestling. This is Vanity!
Triple threat action keeping things going here at In Bloom. Vicious Vicky, the gladiator of the geeks, Riley Shepard, and the one they call Wrestle Bay, Vanity.
Ooh.
Squaring off, and Vanity starting things off hot. Vicious Vicky taking a tumble to the outside. 3 fresh faces here in the Invictus Women's Division. Vicious Vicky, of course, coming off of a victory over Notorious Mimi in the bonus women's exhibition match at our social media championship tournament. And Vanity and Riley both making their Invictus debuts here tonight and looking to make a statement, as Vanity just unsuccessfully going for that first pin attempt on Riley Shepard.
It's very clear now that Vanity isn't here to make friends. She is here for a flawless victory, no matter who stands in front of her, no matter who she has to pin.
Certainly not. And Vanity, of course, the current Brie Combination Wrestling Women's Champion, not one to be underestimated. Riley Shepard driving an elbow and then a boot into the face of Vanity. And Vicky swiping the legs out from under her. And Vicky lives up to her name. She is vicious, and she is one to watch out for.
Vicious for sure, taking advantage by waiting outside the ring while the other two are there as her fodder. She takes advantage of the situation, and that is exactly what makes her so vicious. She's an opportunist.
And Vicious Vicky, it should be said, a decorated competitor holding not one, not two, but 3 different championships currently at various independent promotions across the state of New Jersey. Looking to perhaps add to that list of accolades and making a name for herself here in Invictus. Vicky, it looks like, is the last one standing, but looks like she might be staggering a little bit, and an Icky Vicky chant going up among the crowd. Vicky driving those boots into the midsection of Riley Shepard there in the corner. Vicky, excuse me, with a nice snapmare there. And another kick to the small of Riley Shepard's back. Pure aggression from Vicious Vicky, pulling on the hair, going for the face, the throat.
You got Vanity back. Going back in.
And Vanity now.
It's only been a few minutes and she's already bleeding from the forehead.
You saw Bronco, her take that blood and wipe it off her hand and lick it.
Maybe she's the one more deserving of the vicious moniker. And she is displaying her viciousness right now.
My goodness. She is straight up bloodthirsty, dominating both of these other women, and now looking for perhaps a suplex on Vicious Vicky, but I may have spoken too soon.
Vicky ain't having it.
Vicky trying to shift her body weight onto the ropes, but Vanity's still able to recover and hit a beautiful suplex. Riley Shepard's going to break up the pin, and that is something that you have to watch out for in these triple threat scenarios, Bronco.
Yeah. Yeah, anything can happen in a triple threat match. You can take advantage of a pin when somebody is knocked out, even if you haven't been giving the most offense during a triple threat match. It's very unpredictable.
Always have to
climate.
be looking over your shoulder. And vice versa, you do not need to be pinned to lose a triple threat match either. Whoever scores that fall is going to be the one that records the victory and the glory. Riley Shepard going to the high rent district. Big double split leg drop kick there. Vicky just kicks out.
Yeah, Vicky did not anticipate this. If she had this match her way, she would be waiting outside the ring the entire time until her two opponents were at their least fatigued.
That might work for other competitors, but Vanity and Riley Shepard are not your ordinary professional wrestlers. And it looks like maybe a bit of teamwork now we're seeing from Vanity and Vicky.
That's the other thing about triple threat matches. There's often alliances you wouldn't expect to take out the third person, so it can just become a contest between two people.
But as we see here, those alliances are short-lived.
Very
because
much
only
so.
one person is going to walk out of this the winner. Looks like Vicky and Vanity now arguing over who is going to take advantage of a prone Riley Shepard, and now raining a series of blows down upon each other.
The crowd not living down the Icky Vicky chant.
Shouts to one Chip Skylark. And Riley Shepard wisely moving out of the corner. Very impressive maneuver there from Riley Shepard. Vanity now a big blow across the chest. What could she be looking for here? Vanity driving Vicky right into Riley now. Big Irish whip. And setting Vicky up in a similar position. Oh, I've seen this before, Bronco. She calls this the cookie cutter.
The cookie cutter sure is a devastating move. I don't know what kind of cookie she's baking, but I would not want to be included in that assortment.
It looks like Vanity's going for the cover on Riley, and the crowd firmly behind Wrestle Bay.
Well, Vicky's outside the ring as the other two. Riley Shepard going for the pin at 2.
Big insecurity there. Followed up by a beautiful snapmare takedown. Very impressive armbar variation there from Riley Shepard, but
I called it. Vicky's taking full advantage of the triple threat stipulation.
Nope.
No disqualification.
Vicious Vicky with that steel chair right to the back of Riley Shepard. Riley very well could have had this victory in the bag. Referee John Albano clearly torn. He does not want to see it end this way, but at the same time, Bronco,
It's
as
legal.
you said, there are no disqualifications in a triple threat match. And now
she's Riley Shepard's wooden sword.
And now Vicious Vicky using Riley Shepard's own sword. She calls that sword Asparagus, I believe is how you pronounce it.
Asparagus.
Choking her out, and Riley Shepard has no choice but to tap. And Vicious Vicky, living up to her name, refusing to relinquish that hold.
Here is your winner as a result of a submission.
Listen,
Vicious
Bronco,
Vicky.
like her or hate her, you have to give it up to Vicious Vicky. She is somebody who understands what is at stake in this type of matchup and is willing to do whatever it takes to come out on top.
Absolutely, she is a magnificent tactician, whether you like it or not. She knows how to play the game. Isn't afraid to get her fingernails dirty. After all, they call her Vicious Vicky for a reason.
Riley Shepard putting it back under her own power, but she's got to be hurting. You see her clutching that trachea, that windpipe, which had to have sustained some damage as as a result of that sword-assisted submission hold. And Vanity, we see blood trickling down her face like war paint. Gotta give it up for all three of these women. Let's turn it back to Ryan Peterson in the ring.
All right, before we go to our next match, even though it is a beautiful day outside, what's the perfect type of food to have on a gorgeous day like this? Well, besides that, how about some ice cream? Because we got an ice cream truck here from Mr. Sam's Ice Cream. Make sure to go right over there during intermission. Definitely hook them up. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is presented by our friends at Global Syndicate Wrestling, and it is an open challenge, and it is for the Global Syndicate Wrestling Next Gen Championship. Hold on. Cut the music for a second. Hold on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've just been informed by management that for this open challenge, due to high demand, this match will be contested in a gauntlet match for the Next Gen Championship. Introducing first, hailing from Rockland County, weighing in at 175 pounds, he is the Global Syndicate Wrestling Next Gen Champion. This is Gio! Introducing the challengers in this gauntlet match. Drawing number 1, Prince Ahmed.
surrounded, and this open challenge gauntlet match is underway. Gio Galvano, the reigning and defending GSW Next Gen champion, putting his title on the line against any number of competitors. I mean, we don't know who's coming out for this gauntlet match, but we've got Prince Ahmed up first. Galvano hitting a huge World's Strongest Slam followed by a leg drop. And this young man is on fire thus far.
He has to be on fire. He is the GSW Next Gen champion, and who knows how many opponents he could face. He's gotta have all that energy in his system before it gets the best of him.
I'll let the folks at home behind the curtain a little bit. When we first announced this open challenge about a month ago, the Invictus inbox voicemail was flooded with many up-and-coming talents looking for a shot at Gio Galvano, looking for a shot at that GSW Next Gen title. And Prince Ahmed, coming all the way from Egypt, is going to be the first one out of here. Of course, came here to America and rolled under the tutelage of WWE Hall of Famer Johnny Rodz, training at World of Unpredictable Wrestling out of New York City. And we see that old school kind of technical approach on display. Just a 2 count, though. Not enough to keep Galvano down. And Gio Galvano, without a doubt, a fan favorite. We hear those cheers. Crowd chanting his name.
Yeah, definitely one of the homegrown talents here at Invictus Pro Wrestling. You can hear the demographic diversity of the people cheering for him. You hear women, you hear kids, you hear old people. This is clearly a crowd favorite right here.
Gio Galvano with the good game, and that's going to be it for Prince Ahmed.
Eliminated from this gauntlet.
Who will be coming out next? I don't know who it is, but I like their music. Oh, it's Max Zero, the Him Boss.
Max Zero.
Coming to us all the way from Camp Leapfrog. It's Max Zero. And Max Zero is one of those people, Bronco, who prior to me meeting him for the first time at this show, I mean, a deceptively large fellow. Definitely a lot bigger than Gio Galvano.
Yeah, Gio is certainly at a size disadvantage here, but who knows if that'll slow him down or not. He seems like he still has the same amount of energy since before defeating Prince Ahmed.
Yeah. Oh, collar and elbow tie-up to start things off.
Ooh.
Max Zero with a stiff chop laid in across the chest of Galvano. Gio returning it with one of his own.
Giving it right back to him for sure.
And Max Zero just shoving him off. Shoving Galvano off. Max Zero recently, actually up until recently I should say, performed under a mask. Lost that mask in a Lucha de Apuestas match and has now been revitalizing himself and revitalizing his career. And it looks like he has made Invictus Pro Wrestling his next stop in that journey. I don't know why he was wearing a mask. He is a very handsome fellow as he gains wrist control there over Galvano. Galvano showing his agility.
Not giving in easily.
Big arm drag there, and Gio is fired up. Max Zero wisely going to the outside, taking a moment to recuperate, get his head on straight. Oh, no. Absolutely tasteless.
Disgusting.
From Max Zero.
Those kids, you can see the reaction off the blonde kid's head. He must have worked really hard on that sign to support his favorite superstar, Gio Galvano.
Gio Galvano, a very friendly young man, but if you mess with his fans, if you mess with, he calls them his family, then he is going to return the favor tenfold. But Max Zero giving him what for with a huge fall away slam there.
Fans getting firmly behind Gio. Ooh.
Big back elbow there into the corner. Sends Galvano reeling. Another big back elbow. And again, you can bet that Max Zero is using every pound of that large frame, putting it into those blows into the corner. Big Yakuza kick there.
Yeah, certainly taking an advantage of his size. Kick out at 2.
If this gauntlet match proves nothing else, it is a testament to Gio's will and determination, which should come as no surprise. I mean, it's that fighting spirit that made him become the inaugural GSW Next Gen champion.
As the inaugural champion, you gotta make sure that's a high level of it's a high level to live up to. You gotta make sure if you're the first, you also gotta be the best, and that's not the case for a lot of champions. But for Gio Galvano, who knows what could happen?
Max Zero now has Gio prone on the canvas and working that arm, bending it in a way that no limb should be bent. Big discus lariat to the back of Gio's head. Still only a kick out at 2.
Very close. Gio is not having it.
Those Gio chants have not let up since the beginning of this contest.
He's got the entire Invictus Pro Wrestling family behind his back. Let's see what he has to offer.
And something else, again, to keep in mind is that Gio has already dispatched one opponent prior to this second phase of the gauntlet match, so you have to imagine that fatigue has to be starting to set in by this point. Big forearm shot there right to the kisser of Galvano, returning it with one of his own. This is what we came for, Bronco. This is the kind of hard-hitting, stiff action that we want to see. Very interesting offense there from Max Zero. A springboard backbreaker almost.
Kick out at 2.
Not gonna be enough. Put Galvano away, and if Max Zero was frustrated before when he ripped that child's sign, he has to be feeling it now. Once again, taunting that crowd. What could Max Zero be thinking here? From a sitting position, brings Galvano up to that vertical suplex position, but Galvano
roll up
those knees to get out of it.
Ooh.
Beautiful kick. Galvano's feeling his second wind. Another good game at running knee, and this could be it. And it
Max
is.
Zero has been eliminated from this gauntlet.
2 opponents in a row dispatched by Gio Galvano. Who could be coming out next?
Is this who I think it is?
Unbelievable.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It is Clipper Jones.
competitor in this gauntlet match, the Barber Clipper.
Very close ally of Gio Galvano. They tag team back at Eruption against MCM.
And Randy Shawn. Yes, that was at our November Rain event. However, with the stakes as high as they are in this contest, GSW Next Gen title on the line, you can bet that that partnership is going to have to be put aside.
Going to be put to the tests.
And we've got a both these guys chant up from the audience, and I could not agree more.
Absolutely.
These are 2 primed young athletes ready to put on a clinic here. Although, again, we have to be considering that Galvano has already gone through 2 opponents. even for someone in the tremendous shape that he has got to be a little worse for wear by this point in the contest.
He absolutely cannot let his guard down against his friend Clipper Jones. He's got to treat him like he did his last two opponents if he wants to keep his GSW Next Gen Championship.
Well, we got some chain wrestling to start things off. Galvano trying to lock in a waist lock, but Jones wisely using that leg. And Galvano returning it with a leg sweep of his own. And we can expect a lot of this in this matchup, Bronco.
Sportsmanship here.
Sportsmanship, and also the fact that these two men know each other so well. They are training together up at the Team 3D Academy on a weekly basis. I mean, they know each and every one of each other's tricks. As Clipper Jones now locking on that side headlock. Seems to be getting an upper hand there. Galvano powering out of it. Deep arm drag there sends Clipper off his feet. Clipper returning it with an arm drag of his own. Clipper looking for here. Beautiful monkey flip out of the corner, but Galvano lands on his feet. A standoff now between the brothers in arms turned bitter rivals. Galvano, hammerlock applied. Clipper Jones somersaulting out of it.
Yeah, Clipper Jones is holding nothing back from his friend.
Gio again with that agility. Anytime Clipper goes for control of that wrist or arm, Gio seems to have an answer for it.
Ooh.
Now
The tension is showing that Clipper Jones has against Gio Galvano.
Now we are starting to see a very different side of these two competitors. And Gio Galvano taking Clipper Jones for a ride. Follows it up with a beautiful drop kick. To the corner. He calls these the Olay elbows. But Clipper Jones is going to cut that series of strikes short by dumping Galvano onto that top rope. Wise move there from Clipper Jones. He needs to create as much separation as he can. The more strikes that Gio is able to lay in, the less likely Clipper is to escape with the victory and the title.
Clipper's really bringing in his game now. Ooh.
Huge neck breaker.
Clipper goes for the pin. 2 counts.
And now we are really seeing that exhaustion on the face of Galvano. Series of strikes, but Clipper knocks him right off his feet. A little bit of trash talking there.
Clipper showing more and more of his frustration as he struggles to get this victory over Galvano.
Big push into the corner there. Clipper going for the pin, but it is not going to be enough. It seems both men slowing down a bit, and Clipper now just torquing back that head. Galvano, he has been targeting that neck this entire match. Giving Gio an unwanted chiropractic adjustment. And the crowd once again rallying behind their odds-on favorite. Clipper ducks that clothesline. Huge backdrop suplex. Did you see the height on that, Bronco?
That was very high. All right,
But this
Clipper
is-
can't slow down now. He's got to take full advantage of the loss of fatigue that Galvano is currently experiencing.
Drops that knee right into the throat of Galvano. But as you were saying before, Bronco, this is Clipper's fatal flaw right here. He is taking too long to capitalize.
Yeah.
He is basking in the reaction of the crowd, and as you just saw, it cost him that pinfall.
Absolutely. If Clipper wants to walk out of this as the next gen champ, he needs to be more ruthless than he already is. He's clearly taking his time. He's taking advantage of Galvano's lack of fatigue. Let's see if it pays off.
Circling his prey now. Looks like he might be going for another neck breaker. Galvano reverses it. Big back elbow. Another shoulder block. Another back elbow. And Gio Galvano has, I don't want to say a second wind. At this point, we're probably talking fourth or fifth. Huge backdrop.
Ooh, Clipper's
From
got to
the
be feeling it
rafters.
now. Galvano has as much energy now as if he wasn't competing in a gauntlet match. It's very impressive.
Now we are seeing the unadulterated Ole elbows, which Clipper had cut short before. The chef's kiss, but Clipper Jones curtailing it with a big boot to the kisser. And just like that, the tides of this battle have turned once again in the favor of Clipper Jones. What could he be thinking now? Huge cannonball, but it's not going to be enough as Galvano just able to get out of the way. And Clipper has to be feeling all of that. He landed squarely on his neck. Bulldog from the second rope. Could it be it? And Gio Galvano has done it. He has
Ladies and
beaten the
gentlemen,
odds.
here is your winner and still next
overcome
gen
three.
champion, Gio.
Count it, not one, not two, but three very capable opponents, and stands tall as the GSW Next Gen champion.
He's already creating a legacy for himself as well as that belt. Who will be his next opponents for that belt?
Got to give it up, though, to all three of his challengers, Prince Ahmed, Max Zero, and Clipper Jones. All three men brought their A game. It just was not enough.
Not enough for Gio's S game. That's for sure.
But offering a handshake there. Let's see if Clipper accepts. That match got a little heated there at times.
Very, very personal. Some, oh,
There it is.
There we go.
A
Good
beautiful,
display of sportsmanship between Clipper Jones and Gio Galvano.
a beautiful moment there to take us into intermission. For now, we will let Gio Galvano bask in the ovation of this capacity crowd.
Good afternoon, Dirty Jersey! I am Trust Fund benefactor Jared Silberkleid! Gio, you look awfully proud of yourself. Let's ask them. Do you all think Gio did a good job today? Did Gio Galvano entertain you? Did Gio impress you? Well, there's nothing impressive about beating a bunch of paycheck-to-paycheck posers just as worthless as the middle-classers who watched it. You got a problem with prove what I'm saying, Gio? You want to prove something to me? You want to prove you can hang with a 7-figure superstar? Well, how's this sound? June 26th, the next Invictus event. I challenge you to go one-on-one with my newest trust fund asset, the 7-figure superhero, Mike Verna.
Bring it on, Gary!
Oh, you accept? That's good, that's good. But Gio, I hope you know, when you stand across that ring from the Man of Steel, he is going to show you and all these middle classers just how much it pays to be trust fund approved.
All right, folks, we are back from intermission. Who's ready to see some more action? Then the action continues right now with the following contest, which is sponsored by the Sign Rip Podcast with Joey G. And it is the 7-way Climb for Clout ladder match, where in this contest, the only way to win is to climb the ladder and retrieve the Climb for Clout briefcase, and whoever obtains this briefcase will earn a guaranteed opportunity for the Invictus Pro Wrestling Social Media Championship, and they can cash it in at any time, any place, within 1 calendar year. Introducing competitor number 1, accompanied to the ring by Francesca, hailing from the Garden State and weighing in at 200 pounds. This is El Capo Grande, Tony G.
Come right back to you with that briefcase, put it right in your face.
Ninja. Jason Andrews.
Introducing competitor number 2, hailing from Salisbury, Maryland, weighing in at 215 pounds, Jason Andrews.
Jason Andrews. Let's get it. Jason Andrews. Here is the time of the spirit. Out already know my appearance. I got the uppercut, tough style, show you enough. In this ring, there's nothing to discuss. I am powerful, I hurt you. I got the submissions different from everything. I never need no assistance.
The future is bulletproof. The aftermath is secondary. It's time to do it now and do it loud. Killjoy, make some noise.
Introducing competitor number 3, hailing from Paradise City, it's Kennedy Copeland! Introducing competitor number 4, hailing from New York City, weighing in at 180 pounds, as recently seen on Game Changer Wrestling and Violence and Suffering, Gabriel Sky! Introducing competitor number 5, accompanied to the ring by wrestling's ray of sunshine, Abby Jane, hailing from the Upper East Side, weighing in at a chiseled 205 pounds plus 100 pounds of air. He is 100% not fake, Andy Ells!
Oh God, I'm blown up.
Introducing competitor number 6, hailing from Hamburg, New Jersey, representing the American Murder Society and weighing in at 226 pounds, it's Revolver Alex Ryman!
Hashtag MCM. Everyone's favorite man crush. Every day and twice.
And introducing the 7th and final competitor, hailing from the Man Crush universe, weighing in at 245 pounds. He is hashtag MCM Mucho Crush Mojo.
Man crush every day. Just slap him. Beat it, nerd. Mucho Chris Mulcho. Hashtag. Hashtag. MCN.
That nerd right there.
We are back, folks, from intermission here in Washington Township, New Jersey. Invictus Pro Wrestling in Bloom. It is time, Bronco, for the Climb for Clout ladder match.
Got some high-octane multi-man action coming your way.
We have 7 wrestlers in total entered into this match.
Seems like MCM has some words for his fellow competitors before the match begins.
And Mucho Chris Muljo eating a double super kick from Gabriel Sky and Alex Ryman. Followed by a running knee from Kennedy Copeland, the lone female entrant in this match. You can bet that gender equality is going to be in full force during this contest, and things have predictably come unglued.
Yep. Action outside the ring happening not even 15 seconds after the bell ring.
We're going to have a hard time calling this one, Bronco. It looks like we got Gabriel Sky and Alex Ryman brawling on one side of the ring. Ryman, of course, a last-minute replacement in this match for Hale Collins. Got to think how that lack of ample time to prepare might be impacting his psyche. And it looks like Tony Cheney and Kennedy Copeland getting into it on the other side of the ring. That Climb for Clout briefcase suspended 18 feet above the ring. A headbutt there by Tony Cheney to the last Ronin, Jason Andrews. Jason Andrews, of course, had a disappointing showing at our last live show, November Rain, losing to Dennis Morgan and then taking a beat down after the fact at the hands of Monster Mac and Jared Silverclight. And Gabriel Sky, shades of Terry Funk.
Arming himself with the ladder around the neck. You don't want to get near this, Ben.
Just windmilling that ladder. Alex Ryman going to cut that off with a big boot, driving the steel of that ladder right into the face of Gabriel Sky. And Gabriel Sky, Bronco, has to be one of the odds-on favorites to win this match, coming off a very impressive showing down in Tampa for WrestleMania weekend, wrestling for companies such as GCW, Violence and Suffering, and more. His high-flying style, of course, very appropriate for this kind of match.
That is one thing for sure. He had the sense to grab the ladder outside of the ring before anybody else did while they were all brawling, so you can tell his mind is on the case for clouts here today.
Not only is Gabriel Sky a very adept high flyer, he's also a very quick and very swift striker. As you can see, he just delivered some kicks to Alex Ryman before they both tumbled out of the ring. Looks like we got a chant going up for Kennedy Copeland.
We got Mucho Chris Muljo back in action after several minutes of inactivity.
It looks like, oh, that pig, what is he doing? Looks like he is one for the ladies, but Kennedy Copeland and Francesca Cheney not having it and driving MCM face first into that post. Tony Cini and his fiancée / manager, Francesca, just sweeping Kennedy Copeland's legs out from under her, sending her face first into the apron, which is the hardest part of the ring, as a certain commentator is wont to remind us. Tony Cini, what is he doing with that ladder?
He's got the ladder. What are they going to do with Copeland? Tony Cini running. 619.
Oh, driving that steel ladder face first into Kennedy Copeland. Kennedy Copeland is down and out, but Bronco, we know that Kennedy Copeland, the girl from Ocean Avenue, is one hardcore chick.
You're damn right she is. Obviously, there's a size disadvantage with the rest of her competitors, but because of she's in this match, she has a heart of gold, and
worth mentioning as well,
she could win this.
That she is the was recently announced as the first ever female entrant to the Hardcore Kingdom Deathmatch tournament, which takes place next month. Tony Cini climbing the ladder, middle of the ring, and it doesn't seem like any of his competitors are in any rush to disrupt him, and I think they just realized. Mucho Chris Moljo, a clubbing blow there to the small of Tony Cini's back. But Cini returns it with a ferocious drop kick. And now it looks like Andrew's Better Body Systems, a.k.a. Abs, entering the fray. Cini tried to drive the ladder into his midsection, but we know that Abs' core is made from something not of this world. He calls that the Absploder suplex. Dumps Cini right on his head, and it looks like now the last Ronin, Jason Andrews, wants a piece. What could Jason Andrews be looking for here?
Maybe he's as suspicious as I am. Who knows what's under those pecs of Abs that he's got right there?
Jason Andrews going for Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch. And Abs looks up for the challenge. No impact. And it looks like Jason Andrews got the worst part of that one. And Abs dropping Alex Ryman right into his impenetrable midsection. Kennedy Copeland going for a spear in homage to her favorite wrestler, Edge. Might have dislocated her shoulder there. And Abs looking for huge choke slam on the girl from Ocean Avenue. Abs alone in the ring now, might be making a bid for that Climb for Clout briefcase. And wouldn't it be something if Abs, who took the pin in the 6-way scramble match at November Rain, redeems himself by winning this Climb for Clout ladder match?
There would certainly be an act of redemption on Abs' part. But we got his manager, Abby, in the ring against
Abby Jane, a huge discus elbow there. What could Abby Jane be looking for here? Abby Jane, huge cross body to the outside. Shades of Mil Mascaras.
Gabriel Sky returning, knocking down Abs off the ladder.
Gabriel Sky and Abs, it should be noted, trading some blows on Twitter leading up to this match over the legitimacy of their abdominal muscles. What could Gabriel Sky be looking for? Perhaps a Saito suplex there. Reversal. A flurry of blows. And a big kick to the back of the head. And now the suplex is going to connect.
Seems like Abs' defense couldn't get the better of him. He didn't have Gabriel Sky's offense. And now we're seeing him pay the price for it.
Gabriel Sky, the ring has been cleared. Dumping the ladder aside, though, looks like he's not going for the briefcase. What else could he be thinking now?
Oh, MCM with his own ladder, it seems like. Clad with the purple and golds.
Classic MCM. Nothing we give him is ever good enough. Has to go and slap his purple paint on it. Make it his own. Huge kick there, driving the ladder into MCM's face. MCM's own ladder into his face. What could Gabriel Sky be looking for now? Full head of steam. Big Tope taking out his 6 competitors on the outside.
Considering the ground is made out of concrete, it's a very risky maneuver on Sky's part, but it paid off. He's going for the big ladder.
As you mentioned, Bronco, no padding on that concrete floor outside just makes a match like this all the more dangerous. Gabriel Sky bringing in the big one, the 18-footer, the only ladder that's going to be able to reach that Climb for Clout briefcase suspended high above the ring.
I'm sure that ladder has seen better days than today.
Full disclosure, it's been sitting under my deck at home for about 15 years.
Looks like that's the case. In desperate need of a power wash for sure.
Gabriel Sky making that climb now. Gabriel Sky might do it. But again, pausing to showboat, which may be his detriment. And
MCM with the low blow, which is fully legal under this match.
MCM able to cut short Gabriel Sky's climb to the clout case. MCM up in a powerbomb position, dumping Gabriel Sky to the outside.
Landing on competitors, managers alike.
There are bodies everywhere. The carnage is evident. And MCM making that climb. MCM, it should be noted, is nursing a quad injury right now. Had a slight tear in his quad, which is why he might be climbing that ladder a little slower than is ideal. MCM's got the briefcase. The competitors below scrambling to try to get up to cut him off. Can MCM do it? They're climbing the ladder. Looks like a few of them grabbing for his boots.
Ebbs effortlessly going for the left boots.
MCM's done it.
He's gotten the climb for the clout. He climbed for the clout.
Unbelievable.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner of the Climb for Clout ladder match and holder of the Climb for Clout briefcase, Mucho Chris Mojo.
Bronco, I cannot believe what we have just witnessed. MCM wasn't even supposed to be in this match.
Yeah, I saw he hassled you to get a position into this match, and it's ultimately paid off, much to the disappointment of the 6 other competitors involved.
Backstage politicking at its finest, and now looks like his persistence has paid off both in and outside the ring as MCM, Mucho Chris Mojo, holds that Climb for Clout briefcase high.
Being the arrogant individual he is showing off the clout that he has recently won in front of his opponents.
Valiant effort, though, from all of the competitors in this match, though, it must be said.
Beat it, nerd.
Obviously, very hard to excel, to stand out in a match such as this, but I would say that all 7 of our competitors have definitely had their stocks increase. For now, it's going to be hashtag MCM standing
Hashtag. Hashtag.
You do too.
All right, while they're cleaning up the ring from that last match, just want to let you guys know the next time you can catch Invictus Pro Wrestling action live is Saturday, June the 26th in Little Ferry, New Jersey. And for all you fans that you know, tickets will go on sale tomorrow. So definitely get your tickets when they go on sale tomorrow. We got a ton of surprises for that event. So definitely tune in to Invictus Pro Wrestling on social media for more details. Oh, I am not spoiling that, sir. And also, speaking of social media, make sure to follow us on our YouTube page where we have previous matches, and also just recently announced we have a women's tournament going to be streaming on there next month on our Invictus Pro Wrestling YouTube channel, so definitely check that out. I said a women's match, not Andy Abs in the match, okay? Last time I checked, he's not a woman, no disrespect. I'm not giving away the surprise on that one. Anyway, the following contest is sponsored by Eye Pokes and Head Chokes, and it is scheduled for one fall. And it is for the Invictus Pro Wrestling Social Media Championship. Introducing first the challenger, accompanied to the ring by his best friend, Big Dust. Hailing from Kansas State University, weighing in at 207 pounds, he is the Shamrock Shooter, Killian McMurphy. Introducing his opponent, hailing from the Tenderloin in New York City, weighing in at 170 pounds, he is the current reigning and defending Invictus Pro Wrestling Social Media Champion, Big Game Leroy!
The bell has rung and this social media championship match is underway. Big Game Leroy right off the bat hitting his patented Switchikin Rana sand switch on the shooter Killian McMurphy.
They've gone straight into action.
Ending up with a running bulldog. Big, like a Meteora there from Big Game Leroy. This is a rivalry going back quite some time, Bronco. These two have been trading barbs with each other on social media over which console is superior, Nintendo or Sega.
Yeah, you got Killian McMurphy here representing Sega, and Big Game Leroy, of course, representing Nintendo. I'm pretty sure the gloves that he's wearing right now are new ring gears made from actual Joy-Cons, or if not, they look like actual Joy-Cons.
I can confirm they are in fact made from actual Joy-Cons. Big Game Leroy, that is in no way a gimmick, it is a lifestyle. Looks like the tide of battle may have turned though in the favor of the shooter, Killian McMurphy. And shenanigans aside, Bronco, Killian McMurphy is a very adept technical wrestler. They don't call him the shooter for nothing, and having Big Dust in his corner is just the X factor that he might need to take that title off of Big Game Leroy. And Killian McMurphy choking him out, choking Leroy out on the top rope there. Now raking the back. McMurphy not afraid to play dirty. Big Dust stalking on the outside like a shark.
Yeah, with that Wiimote in his hand, who knows what tricks Big Dust has up his sleeve to intimidate Big Game Leroy.
Leroy going for a sunset flip powerbomb, wasn't quite able to get all of it. Big kick to the midsection there.
Ooh.
Big Dust finally making his presence known, sweeping those feet out from under Big Game Leroy, allowing Killian McMurphy to rain some blows down upon the head of the champion. And that's what it's all about. Never get between a man and his console. And Big Dust we see in the background ripping a fan sign. Well, Killian McMurphy, it looked like he was choking Leroy out with, looked like maybe wrist tape or some kind of foreign object there. Referee Tyler Kosenko is going to need to gain a little bit more control over this matchup as the action spills to the outside.
Ooh.
Killian
Head to the mat.
Leroy's face into the hardest part of the ring. It looks like he's taking the champion for a bit of a walk now, as they make their way over to the concession stand. Big Dust directing traffic. Tyler Kosenko, our referee, being very gratuitous with this this count. He does not want to see this end in a count out.
Yeah.
And what is Big Dust has just paid off the concession stand manager, and it looks like, oh my goodness,
The Sonic the Hedgehog ice pop, or ice cream bar, whatever you call it.
if there's one thing that Killian McMurphy enjoys more than beating up his opponents in the ring, it is Sonic the Hedgehog. Tasting it, smacking his lips like it's a fine Merlot.
He's going to take Big Game Leroy to the Green Hill Zone, that's for sure.
Look at Killian McMurphy, he's just toying with him now.
Ooh, ice pop right into the face of Big Dust.
Leroy mounting a comeback, smearing that Sonic Pop right in the face of Big Dust, and now firmly in control. Taking Killian McMurphy back into the ring. Leroy firing up this crowd. Killian driving that shin into the throat of Big Game Leroy.
Oh, snap! Oh, snap! Watch it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls!
McMurphy be going for a here. Beautiful snap suplex.
Big Dust taking every opportunity he can to talk trash to the audience. Raise the morale of his clients, Killian McMurphy.
But that's what Killian needs to understand, is that he has Big Dust there to take that heat from the audience. He cannot allow himself to be distracted with that back and forth with them. He needs to focus on taking out Big Game Leroy, because Big Game Leroy is not the champ for no reason. Murphy now driving that knee to Leroy's face.
Leroy getting the best of Big Dust.
Big clothesline. Another one. swinging neck breaker has Killian McMurphy seeing stars. And Big Game Leroy hits the Kamehameha.
Akira Toriyama would be proud of that.
But it's not enough to keep the shooter down for the count of 3. Big Game Leroy, what could he be looking for now? Ascending to that top rope, but he's got to watch out for Big Dust. And as the referee's back is turned, some more chicanery from Killian McMurphy. And once again, just taunting the crowd. Beautiful step up enziguri to the back of Killian McMurphy's head.
They ain't knocking down McMurphy yet.
Nice whip, reversal, big belly to belly suplex.
Ooh, close.
Kick out at 2.5.
Very
He's going
close
to
to
have to
the
watch out for those suplex variations. That is Killian McMurphy's bread and butter as a technical wrestler. Killian signaling for the end now. Throwing down that wrist tape. Crowd once again firmly behind their hero, Big Game Leroy. Leroy reversal, big forearm shot, but Killian McMurphy has not gone down.
Leroy taunting McMurphy.
Beautiful offense from Big Game Leroy.
Ooh, Big Dust back in the ring with the distraction.
I'm going to have a talk with referee Tyler Kosenko because that should have been a 3 count. He cannot allow himself to be distracted that way. Killian, it looked like with a attempted a sleeper hold. And while powering out of it, it looks like referee Tyler Kosenko has taken a spill to the floor.
Leroy wielding that Wiimote as if it were Chekhov's gun. Let's see if McMurphy takes advantage of its presence while the referee is knocked out.
Give me the greatest of all time.
What on earth is that? Is that what I think it is?
Certainly a throwback to 1996, that's for sure.
Killian about to kick it old school there with that. Is that a Sega Genesis controller?
Saturn, maybe. It's hard to tell from where
perhaps.
I'm standing right now.
Regardless, Big Game Leroy hits the brutality, the finisher that has not been kicked out of. Can it be enough to put Killian McMurphy away? And it
Here's
is.
your winner and still Invictus Pro Wrestling social media champion, Big Game Leroy.
So Big Game Leroy victorious in his first title defense since becoming the first ever social media champion. Bronco, normally this is the time when I would say something nice about the opponent that came up short, but I have nothing nice to say about
Oh,
Killian
nothing,
McMurphy.
nothing nice at all. Killian McMurphy and Big Dust,
And they're not done yet. Big Dust has put hands. And referee Tyler Kosenko with the stunner. Ooh. Big Game Leroy with the cherry on top, cracking that Wiimote over the head of Big Dust. All is well that ends well here in Invictus Pro Wrestling.
McMurphy and Dust had all those tricks up their sleeves, and no matter how many tricks you have, you just can't trick, you can't fool the Invictus Pro Wrestling social media champion, Big Game Leroy.
Man of the people for sure as he holds his title aloft, soaking in the cheers from those fans.
If I recall correctly, Leroy is undefeated in Invictus.
Yes, he has not been pinned or submitted thus far in Invictus Pro Wrestling, and he definitely looks to keep that streak going. moves forward in his reign as social media champion. Let's turn it back to Ryan Peterson now in the ring.
All right, folks, you guys having a good time so far today? Then we're going to move on to our next contest, which is sponsored by Pizza City, and it is a horse match scheduled for one fall.
All will fall to Wrecking Ball.
Introducing first, hailing from the Steel City, weighing in at 375 pounds, Wrecking Ball. Introducing his opponent, accompanied to the ring by Mucho Chris Mojo and Brandon Walker of Barstool Sports, standing 6 feet, 12 inches tall, weighing in at 15% of a metric ton. This is Big Trouble, Ben Bishop!
Bronco, speaking of highly anticipated matches from this card, this Haas fight has to be right up there with that Climb for Clout ladder match. Wrecking Ball Legursky, Big Trouble Ben Bishop, the two biggest men on the Invictus Pro Wrestling roster, about to collide one-on-one.
For sure, this was personally my most looked forward to match. Right in time for the release of Godzilla vs. Kong. Big Trouble Ben Bishop versus Wrecking Ball Legursky.
Absolutely, we have our own kaiju battle going down in the Invictus ring here at In Bloom. Now, initially, this was supposed to be a one-on-one match. However, Big Trouble Ben Bishop has brought a few friends to ringside, namely Mucho Chris Mojo, the newly minted Climb for Clout winner, and surprise, surprise, Brandon Walker from Barstool Sports is here.
And we ain't talking about Chris Harris's sports entertainment alter ego. That's right. He's got Brandon Walker from Barstool Sports, as well as Mucho Chris Mojo at his corner ever since they made an alliance during the Social Media Championship tournament.
Absolutely. But both of those men have been biding their time off in the corner. Those two men now starting to clash as Wrecking Ball Ligursky with a huge cross body, knocking Big Trouble Ben Bishop off his feet. And Wrecking Ball Ligursky, the strength, lifting up the 15% of a metric ton Big Trouble Ben Bishop with ease and dumping him right onto the canvas. Ben Bishop recuperating on the outside, but Wrecking Ball Ligursky is hot in pursuit. Big overhand chop. That's going to leave a mark on the chest of Bishop. Big clubbing blows there.
Taking the action out to the wood chips by the picnic tables.
Wrecking Ball Ligursky driving Ben Bishop's head onto that picnic table.
When there's no Spanish announce tables, you got to make do with what you got, and that is what Wrecking Ball's doing for sure.
Wrecking Ball Ligursky just buried Big Trouble Ben Bishop with that picnic table and dropping an elbow onto it for good measure.
And for a titan like Big Trouble Ben Bishop, Wrecking Ball Ligursky's got to make sure he puts him under as many layers as possible so he can achieve a victory in this contest.
Wrecking Ball Ligursky, pretty uncharacteristic of him to settle for a count-out victory. I guess when you're up against somebody the size and strength of Big Trouble Ben Bishop, you got to take whatever kind of win you can get. Looks like Ben Bishop might have been playing possum a bit, though, as he is now back on the trail of one Wrecking Ball Ligursky. Wrecking Ball up on that ramp. Big double axe handle right onto the dome of Big Trouble Ben Bishop. Hushing the crowd.
So you hear this? Ooh! This is slap from Wrecking Ball Ligursky onto Big Trouble Ben Bishop.
That is how you lose a nipple. Wrecking Ball Ligursky rolling Bishop back into the ring. And MCM looking to use his newly won briefcase as a weapon, but Wrecking Ball Ligursky absolutely refusing and punching it right into his face. Wrecking Ball Ligursky going to the high rent district now. And a testament to the height of Big Trouble Ben Bishop that he was able to kick him right in the face with ease. All up on that corner. Pin attempt from Ben Bishop not going to be enough as both of these behemoths stagger to their feet. Big Trouble Ben Bishop now respecting the ref's 5 count, but giving Wrecking Ball a smack to the back of the head.
Walker's up to something.
Returning that earlier chop from Wrecking Ball with one of his own.
Ooh, this is a chop from Big Trouble.
Some welts on that massive chest of his. A big back elbow. Huge sidewalk slam there from Big Trouble Ben Bishop. Brandon Walker circling the ring. Only a kick out at 2 there.
Men on their knees.
Laying in those strikes to each other. Shot from Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball getting the upper hand now. Big Trouble Ben Bishop raking the eyes of Wrecking Ball Ligursky. Wrecking Ball already suffering from an allergy attack during this outdoor spring event, and Ben Bishop just adding insult to injury. Wrecking Ball is not looking in a good way at all. Bishop driving that knee into the midsection of Ligursky. Wrecking Ball blocking that blow from Bishop and returning it with one of his own.
Big Trouble ain't having it.
Nearly decapitated Wrecking Ball at that top rope.
Wrecking Ball on the apron.
Boot. Huge leg drop.
On the
across
apron,
the
nonetheless. That's got to hurt.
back of Wrecking Ball Ligursky. Is it enough? Wrecking Ball, again, that veteran knowledge, that veteran ring awareness, grabbing that rope to break the count. You could bet that at this point, Bronco, Big Trouble Ben Bishop has to be getting frustrated.
That is certainly so. He has given Wrecking Ball almost everything he can. Those big boots gotta be lethal there, brother. As well as those chops, those slaps. Not a lot of technical prowess, not a lot of grappling in this match. It is just an all-out brawl between Ligursky and Bishop.
Big clothesline knocks Big Trouble off his feet. And now some right hands. Big slap right across the face of Ben Bishop. Bishop going for that boot, but Wrecking Ball just steamrolling right through it.
Irish whip to Bishop. In store for him. Ooh.
Another Irish whip. Again, Wrecking Ball just steamrolling through these boots. From Big Trouble Ben Bishop. He's going to have to, but he connected with that one. Huge power bomb from Ligursky. This could be it.
Near fall. 2 count, ultimately.
Ben Bishop just gets his shoulder up. And Bronco, it's worth mentioning that Wrecking Ball Ligursky is undefeated here in Invictus Pro Wrestling.
Seems like he has the odds stacked against him, though. He's facing an opponent roughly around his size, a bit taller, as well as 2 men at his corner. So this is a real trial for Wrecking Ball Ligursky right here at In Bloom.
Absolutely. Both of these men look like they could be going for a choke slam attempt here. A favorite maneuver of super heavyweights. And it is quickly devolving into a chop fest. Wrecking Ball down with his left hands.
Ball at the ropes. Ooh.
Huge clothesline.
It's just clothesline.
But again, we see that exhaustion setting in. Wrecking Ball not able to capitalize as quickly as he needs to in order to put Big Trouble Ben Bishop, the leader of the Meat Pop Express, away. Wrecking Ball climbing the ropes now. That is no domain for a man his size.
Yeah. You only expect men like Vader and his other successor, Bam Bam Bigelow. Ooh, Wrecking Ball.
Speaking of Bam Bam Bigelow, he went for that diving headbutt, but nobody home. This could be the opening that Ben Bishop needs to turn this match around. Dialing up the band. Misses the big boot. Big black hole slam from Ligursky. This could be it.
Oh, what's Brendan Walker up to? He's distracting the ref.
Brandon Walker up on the ring apron now, getting into a heated exchange with referee John Albano.
Here comes Mucho Chris Muljo with the case of clout. What is he gonna do to Ooh!
Bronco, that is a solid Kevlar briefcase. That is the equivalent of multiple chair shots. Double B spinebuster from the rafters. This could be it. And just like that, Big Trouble Ben Bishop, with more than a little help from Brandon Walker and MCM, has snapped the undefeated streak of Wrecking Ball Ligursky in half. I am at a loss for words right now.
Calls for a post-match celebration with his 2 corner men, Brendan Walker and MCM. I'm certainly happy over Big Trouble Ben Bishop's victory following his loss at the Social Media Championship tournament. He definitely needs this victory if he wants to make more of a name for himself in Invictus Pro Wrestling.
I would say he's already made quite a statement here tonight. This new faction, Mucho Trouble, whatever you want to call them, are definitely going to be ones to watch. They have just sent a message not only to Wrecking Ball Legursky, but the entire Invictus roster. You can see that look of disbelief on the face of Wrecking Ball Legursky, and beneath that disbelief, anger at what has just transpired.
How he will enact that anger, only time will tell.
One thing remains certain, despite that loss, he still has the support of the Invictus fans. As Wrecking Ball Legursky retires to the locker room, let's turn it back to Ryan Peterson in the ring for our main event.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we go into our main event this evening, first of all, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors for sponsoring some of the matches, and also our full show sponsors, Wrestle NJ and LGBT in the Ring, for sponsoring In Bloom today. We gotta give a huge shout out to the ice cream truck that was here earlier, but he's not here anymore, but so definitely check out Mr. Sam's Ice Cream. And more importantly, we'd like to thank each and every single one of you for coming out today and basically overselling our last two events combined. So give you guys a round of applause. And the next time you can catch Invictus Pro Wrestling live is Saturday, January the 26th in Little Ferry, New Jersey. I am not releasing any surprises on that one, but you can get your tickets starting tomorrow. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media accounts to get tickets in advance. So, Washington Township, New Jersey, I know it's been a long day, but who's got time for one more match? Oh, come on, I know it's been a long day, but I'll say it again. Who's got time for one more match? Then, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your main event. And it is scheduled for one fall.
TJ Crawford in the place, about to kick you in the face. Find him on the biggest
Introducing first, hailing from Chicago, Illinois, weighing at 190 pounds, the Windy City Kid, TJ Crawford.
Everybody wait, go TJ, yo that's my TJ, go TJ, yo that's my TJ. And he looking like he coming off a couple 3 peats. You know nobody can handle all this Windy City heat. In the fight he never quit, got him swinging like the Cubs at the shot.
Squad. 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 Cash flow, RNC. Cash flow, RNC. Cash flow, RNC. Cash flow, RNC.
How about that
Cash flow, RNC.
How about that
Introducing his opponent, hailing from Money Making Manhattan, weighing in at 220 pounds. This is Cashflow
I'm a big deal. You other dudes are small time. How about my racks? How about my stacks? Yes, I'm about mine. You suckers ain't getting none. You suckers just better run. See my money wait the time. My team already won. Get about my weight and I'm delayed. See, we don't play, we stand straight. Cause you know we stay up paper chase. That God is still the sky is bright. The haters hate. We fly to 8. Cut around my waist. Cause we so great. Waiting for my fall. You gonna wait a while. Be the king of the game. And they ghetto strong style. Say you waiting for my fall. You gonna wait a while. Be the king of the game. And they ghetto strong style. About that dollar, 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 dollar. I'm about that dollar, 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 dollar. I'm about that dollar, 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 dollar. I'm about that dollar, 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 dollar. Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. I'm filthy rich. Ooh, I love this money. I could probably buy you one.
Main event time here at In Bloom. Cashflow Ken Broadway against the Windy City Kid TJ Crawford in this first time ever matchup.
Crawford is a last minute replacement for AJ Gray, and he certainly got a task ahead of him with Ken Broadway, who has beaten the likes of MJF, Ray Phoenix, Leo Rush, and many more.
Absolutely. Counterpoint to that, though, is that Ken Broadway for months now has been preparing to face AJ Gray, and literally a week in advance finds out that AJ Gray is injured, of course sustained an injury down in Tampa for Mania weekend, and is unable to compete. So now he has to change gears in order to deal with TJ Crawford. Got our first lockup of the match here. Some very quick reversals. I have a feeling, Bronco, that we're going to be very hard-pressed to call the action here in what is sure to be a very fast-paced matchup. Trading holds now, each one trying to gain control of the arm. Get it down to the canvas now. Crawford with a side headlock firmly applied.
Broadway ain't having it.
Broadway slapping on those leg scissors.
Hey, Trouble, you suck!
Using every bit of that leverage to cut off circulation. And Crawford
Hey, Barstool, you suck too!
will get back up to an upright position. Right back to the side headlock. Referee Tyler Kosenko checking to make sure that Crawford is okay. Shoulders down, but both men managed to climb back up. Crawford has Broadway on the ropes, honoring that 5 count. Some bit of a heated exchange there.
Yeah, ref's got to do his job.
Looks like our competitors could be looking for a test of strength here. Probably not a wise choice on the part of TJ Crawford.
Yeah,
Ken Broadway clearly has the size advantage here, but Crawford's neck strength with that bridge, refusing to go down, despite Broadway putting his entire body weight on top of him. The dexterity of TJ Crawford is unreal. Crawford twisting Broadway around now. Back to that side headlock position. Roll up. Kick out at 2. Crawford looked like he was going for a spear, and at the very last minute, changed it up into another roll up. O'Connor roll. Crawford trips him up. Another pinning predicament here.
They're both just trying to end this match as quickly as possible. Victory is the only thing on these two competitors' minds.
A series of chops there from Ken Broadway, followed by a kick to the face of TJ Crawford. Ken Broadway, of course, as you alluded to earlier, Bronco, has had a very illustrious career in House of Glory Wrestling in New York City. Coming off of an over 1 year-long hiatus from professional wrestling, and he is not wasting any time. He's already had some very high-profile matches since his return, including a stint on AEW Dark, where he faced Matt Hardy. And TJ Crawford, I think, recognizes this clout, if you will, that Ken Broadway has been building for himself and is looking to bring every one of his tricks into this contest. Some very quick jabs, some quick uppercuts there from TJ Crawford.
Nothing but kicks and strikes right now from TJ Crawford. Ooh.
Big kick to the back of the head. And Ken Broadway wisely rolling to the outside to recuperate. I have a feeling that TJ Crawford is not going to abide. Just the quickness of those strikes from Crawford is unreal. But of course, the raw power of Ken Broadway is unmatched.
Refs counting. Get back in the ring, folks.
Looks like Crawford just placed Ken Broadway's fingers against that post and then smashed them. Another quick forearm shot. Now it's Broadway's head being driven into the post. What could Crawford be thinking here?
But once again, folks, no padding on the floors. Very potentially risky maneuver from TJ Crawford. Let's see if it pays off.
Entrance ramp, leaping
Ooh.
10 feet at least.
Is that a tooth that fell out? Something flew out of Broadway's mouth.
I would not be surprised. And Crawford follows that up with a knee off the apron. But this match, Bronco, can only end inside of those four corners of the ring.
Absolutely. It would be very underwhelming for one of these competitors to be victorious in a count-out victory.
Big boot to the side of Broadway's face. And again, the quickness of Crawford, just able to slide out of those positions with ease. Huge backbreaker from Ken Broadway. Looks like he was going for another one, but... And he is able to follow through. Crawford's quickness and his flexibility, though, he's able to just twist like an eel. And Broadway now just raining those blows onto TJ Crawford.
He's got to keep Crawford down. He doesn't want a repeat of all the action that happened outside the ring. Potentially did a lot of damage to Ken Broadway. Whether that was a tooth or saliva outside earlier, it cannot be good for Broadway.
TJ Crawford has to be seeing stars. At this point, a big series of shots to Broadway's face and head. Huge back elbow. Acai moonsault there from Ken Broadway. Not quite enough to put TJ Crawford away.
Perhaps TJ can make a comeback.
Probably not helping Ken Broadway's frustration at this point that the crowd seems behind TJ Crawford. That chin lock firmly applied now. And just twerking back the head of TJ Crawford.
Crawford desperately trying to kick out of this submission hold.
Tyler Kosenko checking on the Windy City Kid. Crawford able to turn it around. Driving those elbows into the gut of Ken Broadway. And those kicks of Ken Broadway's are so dangerous.
Ooh, recovery from Crawford. They're both men on the floor.
Unreal the way he hit those ropes Again, just twisting, contorting his body with such ease. TJ Crawford, his dexterity and agility is unmatched. Both men climbing to their feet. Another stiff forearm shot there from TJ Crawford.
Ooh. Ooh,
Absolute
insult to injury from Crawford.
Flurry, a little bit of mustard on that last one.
Ooh, you
Good
hear that,
night,
Aceta? That was a loud
Broadway.
kick.
But he's still not down. Huge back elbow into the corner. And a big knee strike from TJ Crawford. Getting the crowd fired up. Huge brain buster. Hooks the leg.
Kick
Broadway
out at 2.
Kicks out. What is it going to take to put Cashflow away?
Both men getting back on their feet.
Crowd willing them to keep fighting. Again, back to those strikes. Those forearm shots. This is Crawford's style, using those strikes to keep that distance. Double underhook suplex variations. With Crawford then cartwheeling into position to follow up. Very unique offense there from the Windy City Kid.
Broadway showing his resiliency once again by kicking out of Crawford's pin.
Ken Broadway just gasping for breath, grasping at anything he can.
Effortless
Gas.
recovery from Crawford.
Any gas in the tank he might still have. He's going to need to dig deep. What could TJ Crawford be thinking here? And Ken Broadway just cutting out Crawford's legs from underneath him. Big backstabber off the middle rope. This could be it. Kick out at 2.5, and Broadway's frustration is evident.
Stay down, TJ.
Words aren't going to be enough to hold down TJ Crawford. Ken Broadway needs to do something quickly if he wants to win this match.
Men back to their feet. Huge chop there from Ken Broadway. Leaves TJ Crawford strung up on the ropes.
Ooh. Strong style chopping at its finest right here between TJ Crawford and Ken Broadway.
To hear the sounds of these chops and strikes. Another stiff forearm shot. And another from TJ Crawford. Ducking that kick. Goes for a German suplex, but Crawford lands on his feet. Another spinning kick follows that up with a German
Broadway
suplex of his own.
Ooh. Will that knock him out for good? Not so. That is not the case. Broadway is still in this contest.
The force from that lariat was enough to send Broadway spinning, but it was not enough for Crawford to get that pin. I have to agree with the crowd here, Bronco. This is awesome.
Matter of fact, it is awesome.
Ankle lock now. very uncharacteristic based on the previous offense that we've seen from TJ Crawford, going for a submission for the first time. Really just speaking to his desperation to put Ken Broadway away more than anything, but Broadway's going to get that lower rope and force the break.
So submissions, strikes. Nothing has worked for TJ Crawford against Ken Broadway. What is he going to think of next?
Beautiful enziguri there from Ken Broadway.
Ooh.
Beautiful bridging German suplex. Kick out at 2.5. Fans once again making their support for TJ Crawford known. Broadway perhaps showing a bit of disrespect, kicking that dirt onto TJ Crawford. What could Crawford be thinking? Trapping the head. Shades of Will Ospreay. The cheeky Nando's kick connects, and he follows it up with a knee for good measure.
Got Broadway up on his shoulders.
Torture rack position. Broadway lands on his feet now as the ankle of TJ Crawford trapped. Big Michinoku driver. This could be it. And Broadway now setting Crawford up. What could he be thinking here?
Ooh.
Beautiful moonsault.
Gesture towards the crowd.
And that'll do it. Ken Broadway is victorious over TJ Crawford in the main event of In Bloom. What a match, Bronco.
What a match indeed. TJ Crawford gave it his all from submissions to strikes. He couldn't overtake Cash Flow Ken Broadway.
Ken Broadway basking in the reaction of the fans, and even though they were firmly on the side of TJ Crawford for most of this match, you have no choice but to respect the hustle and determination of Ken Broadway that he has shown in this contest.
Absolutely not. No underhanded tactics whatsoever. Just a little bit of taunting here and there, getting a bit of disrespect from the audience, but ultimately it was a good display of athleticism between two talented wrestlers competing in a strong style type match. I'm sure this one will go down for the ages in Invictus Pro Wrestling history.
TJ Crawford still seeing stars. I would imagine he'll be seeing them for quite some time after. And look at that, Ken Broadway being a good sport, signing some of his dollars for some of his fans. It's like Ken Broadway looking for a microphone.
Absolutely. Here's some words from Ken Broadway following this bout.
Hey, before y'all go, I just want to thank y'all for coming out here. Thank y'all for supporting. Thank you, TJ Crawford, for being a hell of a opponent. And I just gotta say, Invictus Pro Wrestling is the place to be. The whole squad is here. And we about to show the world that if it don't make dollars, squad! 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 That's a fact. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
There you have it. Words from our victor, Ken Broadway, on behalf of him, Bronco Bronson, and myself, Alex Aceta, and the entire Invictus Pro Wrestling family, we thank you for tuning in. Good night.
Good night.
Cash flow, RNC, cash flow.
All right, folks, thank you guys so much for coming out today. We will see you all on June the 26th. And another reminder, tickets go on sale tomorrow on our Invictus Pro Wrestling page. Again, not releasing any surprises. Definitely not gonna say anything. So definitely tune in to find out. We hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Have a good night, stay safe, and get home safely.